Hello people of the web and welcome back to Creators Thoughts. This morning I was watching another Best Streamer Gear of the Year video on YouTube, and the conclusion was that very few revolutionary bits of gear were released this year, and are mostly incremental improvements. Streaming gear is a popular topic among aspiring streamers, active streamers, and viewers that just find the topic interesting. So here I'm going to talk about what tech is needed to succeed. Early on, streamers needed a high-end PC, or even two, to run a game at a decent frame rate, a top-tier webcam because anything else looked like a potato, an XLR mic, a mixer, an internet connection that cost more than most people's wage. But we're not living in that time. Every year, tech has gotten better, stronger, faster, higher, longer, tastier. Well, some of those. Definitely better though. Of course, processing power required depends on what you're streaming. But the majority of streamers could run their streams quite comfortably on mid-tier equipment. What processor I run is a popular question. Personally, I have a 7700 i7, which comfortably performs all games I stream despite being nearly 5 years old. But honestly, the more telling fact is that I ran my stream from my old PC a few months ago during a rebuild, and no one noticed, and that processor dates back to 2013. Let's talk graphics cards. You know, those things that seem to be rarer than diamonds, or a teenager that doesn't use the word like in every sentence. You know what I mean, like? I predominantly stream Minecraft, as do the majority of the streamers I know. Now, I often hear complaints about how they need an upgrade, then reveal that their current graphics card is better than what I'm currently running. Now, I recently upgraded my GPU to a 6700 XT, which is probably comparable to a 3060, maybe a 3070, and now allows me to play high fidelity games on stream that before my 1050 Ti might have struggled with. However, my 1050 Ti was perfectly capable of playing Minecraft at 1080p 60 frames per second. Now, whilst I was running my 1050 Ti and looking for an upgrade, a fellow streamer shared with me how annoyed they were that they were stuck with their card due to the shortage. Then proceeded to tell me that they were hunting for a 3080 because their 2080 is now last gen, and an upgrade might allow them to get affiliate. I promise, that's not going to make a difference. Need a decent camera? There is plenty of software that allows you to use your phone. Want to use a digital SLR or one of the best webcams? Great, treat yourself, but know that it's not something that you need to start. Stream decks, amazing tools. I'd be lost without my sound buttons, but I don't have a stream deck. I use software allowing my phone or tablet to be used in the same way. I have the paid version, however the free version has identical features, just limits the number of buttons per page. And the paid version is, I think, about $12, so it's fairly cheap. Internet connection. Now, a high-speed internet connection is important, and in order to stream good quality, most guys will recommend between 2.5 to 4 megabytes per second. That's upload speed. Bear in mind that internet providers advertise download speed because the majority of internet users consume more content than they produce. If your speed is at the lower end, it's worth considering streaming in 720p to give yourself a little more headroom. Microphones. The high-end setups tend to utilise separates, which means an unpowered microphone, a preamp and a mixer. This makes it easier to upgrade individual components with less cost, and it's easier to build a setup that gives the sound you want. There are now many good USB microphones. They don't have the versatility of an XLR mic setup, but are pretty good. Personally, I use a Blue Yeti, which I got as an upgrade from my Blue Snowball when I found one on clearance. It was a promotional offering that came with the game, and when the store discontinued the SKU, they listed it as half price. One of the best purchases I've ever made for streaming. Audio is one of the most important things. Keyboards and mice. Use what you like using. It's worth checking how your keyboard sounds get picked up by your microphone, but there are ways to dial the sensitivity down. Honestly, the most important thing is your comfort. Monitors. Currently, Twitch supports up to 1080p. I have a 4K monitor, but I opt to play my games either 1080p windowed or full screen on my secondary monitor. Any higher means that your frame rate suffers by rendering an image that's 4 times the pixels, and then your computer has to rescale that down to 1080p anyway. The only reason I can think of for playing at a higher res is personal enjoyment, or if it helps you see what you're doing more clearly. Just remember, viewers can't benefit from that higher resolution because, well, it'll be rescaled down to 1080p or 720, depending on your streaming output. There'll be compression, and often viewers don't watch at full screen anyway. It'll be in a window. So bear that in mind. So, my summary: do you want to stream but are afraid of what you might need? Well, just go and do it. Your spec is likely good enough. Watch your streams back and check your task manager. You'll see what would benefit for an upgrade. Now, I spend a lot of time watching streams, and the reason I enjoy a streamer is nothing to do with how flashy their PC is. It's how engaging they are, or skilled, or funny. Of course, if a stream looks awful, I'm less likely to stay and discover how talented the streamer is. Now, these are just my opinions though. I'd encourage you to seek out others and discuss the matter with friends. Feel free to reach out or start a discussion on Discord. Thank you very much for listening. Oh, I got it right this time. Bye-bye.